Welcome.
Hello and welcome to Maddie's Makes. I am Crystal and today we are going to complete or work on our series on how to crochet. Last time we did the starting chain and we built up with single crochet. Today we're going to do a little bit of a refresher on that single crochet and build up to a half double and a double crochet stitch. Start off with getting some tension on the yarn, and remember that we need to, for a single crochet, go in underneath that loop, pull out another one and pull through both. In, loop around, pull through, in, loop around and pull through, all the way to the end. And hopefully I can figure out how to speed this part up in the video so y'all don't get totally bored with me. Now, pardon the rainbow blue whatever under my nails. I was making candles from recycled materials. And one of those recycled materials is old crayons, which makes really awesome colorant for candle wax. Hopefully I can get a video of that done shortly. All right, we're almost to the end. Get some more yarn out here, nice and loose. Tie it around my fingers. And we're getting into that last one. He looks a little sideways, but there he is. In and through. All right. Then we want to chain 2, turn, loop around, through, pull up, and then we want to go through all 3. And this is a half double. Loop around, through, all 3, loop around, pull 1 through, go through all 3. Again, just going to keep going this to the end so you can watch me the way I move my hands. Hopefully that will make sense. Loop around. Yeah, pretty good angle on it. All 3. And it's curling up a little bit. And it will stop curling the bigger you get it. The heavier the piece gets. Through all 3. So half double crochet. Loop around, pull up a loop through all 3, loop around, pull up a loop through all 3. And when you're just learning how to crochet, just keep in mind of your tension. The hardest thing for most people to learn is how to keep good tension on the yarn as you are working it with the hook. Just remember your hook is there to help you with the gauge of your loops. Keep all the loops the same size. So your hook should be just comfortably in there, not too tight where it's hard to move it, not too loose where it's, in danger of falling out. I've been crocheting so long, it's hard for me to actually show those things because I started crocheting when I was like 3, maybe with a hook when I was 5, so it's been a few years. wrap around through the stitch, through all three, around through the stitch, through all three, wrap around through the stitch and through all three, wrap around through the stitch and through all three, wrap around through the stitch and through all three, wrap around through the stitch and through all three, wrap around, last one, and through all three. There you are. Now we're going to turn and we're going to do double crochets. Again, 1, 2, you can do 2 or 3 on this. Doesn't really matter too much. Around your hand again. Round like the half double crochet, but we're going to do something a little different after we pull up this loop. So we have 3 loops on the hook. We're going to loop around, pull through 2, loop around, pull through the other 2. See, that makes it a little bit higher. So wrap around, in, through 2, through the other 2, wrap around, in, through 2, through the other 2, wrap around, in, through 2, through the other 2. Around, in, 2, and 2. Wrap around, in, 2, and 2. Wrap around, in, 2, and 2. Wrap around, in, and 2, and 2. And speed crochet. And more yarn. Wrap around through 2 and 2. Wrap around through 2 and 2. Wrap around and through and 2 and 2. Wrap around through and 2. Up, go under both loops. All right, now we know 3 stitches. We know the single crochet, the half double, and the double. And you can always do this with them and just keep going up and make your rows different, or go have some fun. Let's start with 1, chain and turn. We're going to do a single crochet. We are going to do a half double crochet. We are going to do a double crochet. We're going to do a half double crochet. Actually, change that. Let's do 2 double crochets in the middle here. Flare out a little bit. Awesome. Let's not do them in the same hole. Okay. So we did a single, a half double, a double. We'll do a half double. And we'll bring it back down to a single. And you see how we kind of have a little ramp going on? Well, watch what happens. Let's do another single. If we do them all in the same stitch. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do a single, a half double, a double. Get that height. Oop. Get that height in there. Right. Back down to a half double. And back down to a single. You can make a bump. So if they're separated, they're just this little arch. If you put them together, you can get a serious bump. And let's chain 1 and skip this one, go into the next one. Single, half, double, half, staying in frame. Okay, and single. And that's just having some fun, learning this, you know, seeing what you can do with all the stitches. And then we can skip one, do a slip stitch. Oops, something new, slip stitch. Let's do it again. Skip one. It's gonna lie this single crochet down on this double crochet here. Go into the next double crochet. We're going to pull up a loop and use that loop to pull through the loop that was on your hook. And don't worry, I will do it again. Let's get to that next stitch. We're going to do a single crochet. We are going to do a half double. We are going to do a double crochet. We're going to do half double. And back to your single. Skip the next one, lay that stitch down into the next one, pull up a loop, and then use that loop to go right through the next. That is a slip stitch. It's a good travel stitch. You can use it to take you all the way down the row if you want to. But right now we're going to do another single, another half, another double, not to be confused with the double double, another half double, and a going in there for a single. Skip one into the next, slip it. Well, skip one into the next, and single. Ooh, it's stretching a little bit. That's cool. And half, and double, and half double. There's all sorts of things you can do just knowing the few stitches I just showed you. Back to the slip, skipping one, single, half, double, half, single, and we're traveling pretty fast doing that. You see, if you do them too tight and if you loosen them back up, you get this really nice pattern. And you can always make notes and write down. Oops, I meant to do a slip stitch there. Wow. Skip one. Now we're single. And actually start creating your own patterns. Just of the few stitches you know. So when you go to make a scarf or a blanket or whatever you fancy, you can recreate pattern after pattern. To actually do most patterns, these are all the stitches you really need to know. And we can end it single, half, double. I want to redo it. This is why crochet is awesome. Just pull it out if you don't like it. And a half, and a single, and an actual single. Okay, and this ending chain, just gonna take the top, do a slip. Then what are we gonna do? How are we gonna oh, then I started funny. How are we gonna connect these? Well, maybe that's the end of your scarf and you just have this lovely little ruffle bit at the end, or maybe it's a crown and you can just sew it together and then you have a wee little crown. Or maybe this is the base of your scarf and you just want some intrigue in the middle. Well, let's just stitch up a couple. Let's do 3. 3 looks good. Rotate the work. In that top double crochet, we are just going to do a slip stitch. And we are going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's good. Odd numbers are good. And slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What else we could do is work, you know, the single, half, double, half, single in that slip stitch in the middle. And that would give you some pretty neat texture. There's just so many different things that you can do with just these handful of stitches that you just learned. So find a hook, find a material to crochet with. Any stringing material pretty well works as long as it is pliable. If it's your first time crocheting, do not start with wire. It is a pain. Wait until you have a feel for it first. And just start crocheting. It's good fun. It's good to pass the time. It's a nice, monotonous, relaxing thing to do in front of the TV at night. And you can make your friends and family gifts. The end is weird. I'm just gonna slip stitch to the end now. Awesome. Well, like, subscribe, and catch me next time where I will show you how to do something else. Thank you much. Bye.